of Captain Albert Sarsuche, and this one's going to be a bit different from my normal lives. I'm actually here at the Mike Shaw Toyota in by Robstown. I'm getting an oil change done because I'm leaving out of town later tonight, and I don't want to be passing up my 20,000 mile oil and tire rotation and stuff like that. So I had to run over here real quick. I totally forgot I was supposed to do this morning, and I didn't do it. But I'm waiting for Rachel Caballero to come on the line. Um, Hopefully, we still catch her because she was going to be running out of town as well. To her and her fiance doing family deals and stuff like that. So, but she wanted to give us a heads up of what's going on with the city of Corpus Christi again with the Inner Harbor DESAL. They're putting it back on the agenda. They dropped it down $200,000, and so now it's the big deal. Like, no, it's not. The water is so overpriced for the amount of water we're gonna get. Like, no, it's more than just that. It's they still haven't said what they're gonna do with the sludge, what they're gonna do with the brine. Like, it's a horrible situation, and I mean, right now they got a bunch of projects that are going on trying to get the water set up for the city of Corpus Christi, and it's great. Like they're putting their hands into a bunch of different pots, which again, with those communities too, there's a lot of kickback, but again, it's better to do it that way. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, so you don't put too many people out. But trying to do this overly expensive desal plant, which is a experimental. They don't even know it's going to work. Like it's an experimental project that they're putting on, and they want us to foot the bill. And when it fails, we are still going to have to pay for it. Like they're going to build it whether it works or doesn't. And how long is it going to last? How there's so much craziness going on inside that bay, that inner channel area with so many uh, chemical spills and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many forever chemicals in there, and it is, yeah, they won't give up on it, and they've got to be getting some kind of kickback or have already gotten some kind of kickback on it to keep pursuing such an expensive project, like almost $1 billion. Yet for 30 million gallons, which 30 million gallons is it's insane. I mean, like I'm just trying to figure out the math here. And so for 30 million gallons a day, but again, too, 25 million has already been pre-sold to industry, right? At pennies on the dollar. If it's for industry, one, make them pay for it all, the cost to maintain it and all of this and stuff like that. I mean, what's the difference between having uh, their projects there? Like the amount of wallet they're selling to them ain't even going to offset the cost and the payment to maintain this deal. And then when it fails, we're stuck with the bill. It's crazy. So again, on Tuesday, next Tuesday, here's the thing: what the city council has also done is they have made the check-in time to do community, to speak at like noon. So you have to be signed up by 11. Yeah, so basically during everybody's lunch hour, when everybody's trying to do lunch, on the hopes that you get in on the correct time to be able to speak within that short period, like they really hurt the community's ability to be able to go out and speak on these topics and stuff like that. So, yeah. Right, Hulk Hogan? Oh my gosh. We definitely need him on this one, right? Tell him to shut her down and that be it. So, but yeah, so I won't be fishing this weekend, guys. Like I said, I'm heading out of town. I forgot a family function that they've had for several weeks, several months, something like that going. And I was reminded of it last night when I got home. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so freaking exhausted. It's crazy. So, I'm going to set up an appointment to go back to the VA to find out if they can do something, because, or find out maybe I need to upgrade from the sleep apnea to actual straight oxygen. So when I sleep, I'm actually getting enough oxygen in my system so that way it can rest and rejuvenate and stuff like that. Because I'm so tired all the time, and it's crazy. And a lot of it too has to do that my mind runs a million miles an hour of, how am I going to provide for the kids and keep the family and the business going, and what I got to do next. And it's amazing the amount of work that goes into it. So I will be doing the live fire drawing. It's going to go earlier today, but right now I'm doing this because I know Rachel's got to head out of town. So give me a second. Let me send out the deal again real quick. Yeah, no, Steve, they won't stop at the DESAL plant. And to be honest, man, at the price tag it's retarded. It is a phenomenal. It's like 3 or 4 times the amount of cost. No, actually, it's way more than that, because I've seen some of the prices over here of them, drilling these like oil wells into the aquifers and stuff like that, and $20 million for like 20 million gallons of water, $30 million for 25 million gallons of water, like very reasonably priced. And again, it's in, and they say some of those water underwater deals that have them are endless, like, because it sucks in so much brine water, salt water, it's brackish water, that it could supply it for several hundred years. So by doing a whole bunch of different pots like that, excuse me, it's going to ensure that we never run out of water. But at the same time, too, the city of Corpus Christi water for the community was never going to run out. Like, we're fine. We just can't do the extra stuff like water our grass and wash our trucks and vehicles and stuff like that. So, with that being said, it's been like, I don't understand their whole gist of why it has to be the Inner Harbor desal plant at, if they're spending 20 million over here, 30 million over here, and this, okay, but $1 billion for 30 million gallons. There's something's not driving here. Like, the math ain't mathing. City Council, Mayor Paulette Guajardo, the city manager, Peter Zanoni. Like, we need to remove these guys from office now. They are going to screw us for the next 30 years paying on these bills. And right now, they're already starting to raise the cost of the water bills. Our electricity is going to go up because this thing's going to suck up so much electricity. The electricity is going to go up. And then, two, to help offset the cost, our taxes are going to go up. So they're going to hit us from all different sides and basically make it too expensive to live in the city of Corpus Christi, which is going to turn into Bayside, an industrial wasteland. Like, this is, I'm shaking right now. I'm so angry. You know what I mean? And they are working this deal. Whose pocket are they in? Like, what kind of kickbacks are they going to be getting that this price tag has to be so crazy like this? Yeah. Now the Mayor Paulette forced it back into the deal, saying, no, it's not over. We just don't like their plan. And this, when she was pushing for it, well, she didn't get the $1 billion price tag, so she's going just under $1 billion. It's still $1 billion because they have not said, like, how much it's going to cost to connect it. How much is it going to cost to get rid of the brine? How much is it going to cost to maintain it? How much is it going to, like, all these unanswered questions need to be answered before they can make an honest, go of this thing. You know what I mean? And it is, like, I'm so, what is it? My leg is over here sitting there freaking I'm not that type of person. When I can sit real calm, still for a long time, but when I get antsy like this, I get pretty antsy. Like I'm ready to get froggy. But again, we need to do this the right way. We need to go out there, y'all, everybody, guys. Even if you don't live here, sign up for it to speak. And even if you can't speak at the time you're called, I'm gonna let them know, hey, a lot of these guys that you're calling their names, they're trying to be here, but you have made it impossible for them to come here. But again, too, y'all can still voice your concerns because on there's a comment section where you can tell them that you don't want this, and we are going to be using our power of our vote on it. And if we got 500 people on there telling them no, it's going to work. You know what I mean? And yes, industry needs water. I understand that, but you know, at the price tag this is going to be and stuff like that, the city of Corpus Christi does not make the money that industry does. Yet they're forcing it upon us, or maybe they're not. At the end of the day, what is it? If we can get those questions answered of who's really footing the bill on this, and what's up, Sammy? What up? What up? How you doing, boss? How's your dad doing? Are you? Oh man. Oh, there she is. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see here. Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm here at the Toyota dealership. I'm getting a oil change done because I looked down and I'm at 20,000 miles. I was like, oh, I got to
Oh,
get my oil change for my truck. Yeah. So, well, it wouldn't be such a big deal. I'd do it tomorrow, but we're leaving to Austin today. So,
oh yeah, we're about
yeah,
to head over the bridge ourselves.
roger that. So I've
How
been
is
kind of
everybody? Hey guys, it's been a minute.
yeah, I've been kind of letting everybody know kind of what's happening on Tuesday about them bringing back the water desal plant to the
Yeah.
agenda. And please share, please fill in
Okay,
whatever
so
knowledge you got.
basically what's going on is they've decided to bring the Inner Harbor desal project back to the table. And if you're a local, you've seen in the news where they originally they said it was 1.2 billion, right? Was the cost of the plant. Now
Mm,
they said it's 980 million. So like $200,000 cheaper. 200,000. So there nothing has changed to the scope of the work. It's exactly the same. People have looked at it. I did not myself, but they got presentations and stuff and they're like this is exactly the same thing. And then you have politicians who are running for reelection. And so the city manager is basically manipulating our election because he's bringing this back to the table and he's forcing the Fab Five to shit or get off the pot, basically. Like you're either going to vote in favor of this now or you're going to get replaced come election time. So there's nothing different about the project. It's the discharge is still in the bay. They have not addressed the operational costs. They have not addressed the maintenance costs. So yeah, it's like we're back to square one.
golly. So what I was telling them too, that even they have moved up the time for sign up. Its cutoff is by 11, right?
11. The sign up is at ends at 11, and then they try to make it to where we can talk right at noon. But it's going to be a hectic. It's going to be a pretty busy meeting on Monday.
So
I mean
what
on
I'm telling
Tuesday. On
everybody,
Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm telling everybody is sign up for it, even if you can't speak, because there's a comment section in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm also gonna do like I do normally, let them know, hey, these are all those people's names that you're calling that can't actually speak, are letting you know how they feel. So your voice is still going to be heard. We're going to speak up for you and do it that way. But again, if they don't see 500 or 1,000 names and they're angry about this,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to do what they want.
Yep.
And even if you don't live here, please just go in there, comment,
Yeah.
sign up for it. Like you're gonna speak,
And
like
they
take your
changed it
space.
too. If you live out of town, you now get 3 minutes. It used to be 1 minute. But now
Yep.
everybody gets 3 minutes. So even if there's an out of towner, say you're from Port Aransas or Portland, you can drive over the bridge and speak for 3 full minutes. So,
Yeah.
and the hard part of it is, guys, and the reason why this is they're playing a game right now at City Hall where Peter Zanoni, the Fab Five, who we've called the Fab Five for the last little while, have brought all these additional water projects to the table to the tune of to the tune of $760 million. Okay,
Hmm.
that's three different projects. So 760 million, three different projects. The price per 1,000 gallons, I believe, is somewhere in the $6 range. And then you have Inner Harbor. And between those three projects, it will be providing the community with 67 MGD, 67 million gallons of water a day. With those three projects at $750 million that have already been approved, they're already looking for funding. Now you have the Inner Harbor. It's one point or almost $1 billion.
Just call it a billion. There's,
It's experimental, right?
yeah.
Remember they did the far field committee? They appointed a 18-member far field committee to continue the process of trying to get a far field modeling for the Inner Harbor.
Whatever happened to that? We hadn't heard nothing about that.
The committee has been like on a chokehold. They're not letting them say, hey, this is a science that the port provided X amount of years ago. This is what we want to do. And so they're kind of playing a game with the the Farfield Modeling Committee
Mm.
and the Water Conservation Committee, to the point where three city council members put it on the agenda last week saying, hey, the committee isn't what we told the community it was gonna be. Like it's complete we're it's almost useless to be meeting. But
Yeah.
the mayor called the meeting early on Tuesday. So of course that item didn't get discussed. And the hard part of it is what they're doing now is there's some community members, Albert, you've seen this, where they're fighting them going into the aquifers. It's called
Hmm.
an Oasis Groundwater Conservation District.
Yeah.
And so now what the city manager is doing and some city council members are doing is saying, well, they're not letting us do that. Y'all aren't letting us do that. But we're just going to do it all. So we're in a really weird situation here. Um, I'm a little bit at a loss, I'm not gonna lie, because we, as forcibly as we've been able to go against the Inner Harbor desalination plant, they're not listening. And I don't know how to. I don't. You kind of get like, now what?" And
So
unfortunately,
would we have to come up with some kind of lawsuit against them? I mean, because that's what the city council is supposed to be for. It's supposed to listen to the community, and then piece it together and put up for vote from the community, not the city council taking it upon themselves to go into action on anything they feel like doing. Like there's supposed to be some kind of checks and balances, right?
yep. And then that was a big point of contention on Tuesday because the city manager wanted to spend $100 million like right then and there because we're in an emergency state. So it didn't go through procurement, it didn't go through the bidding process, and poof, just like that, $100 million he was
To
able
what?
to spend on different on water stuff. One of it was pay they needed to increase their master service agreement with Pate Dawson Engineers, which those are the guys that are helping with the Inner Harbor desal. And so the contract amount was approved at 28 million for a total contract amount of $185 million.
That's still again for the Inner Harbor DESAL.
And two of the three other projects.
Jesus, man, we they're gonna put us in such a way we won't. Nobody will be able to afford to live in Corpus.
I think that
Even the like
I
oil
think that's
filled
what the
hands. I mean, at
yeah.
what money they make, they're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna want to live in Corpus.
Well, and they don't, a lot of them don't live here already. If you go up on the way to Portland or over back in like on the way to Woodsboro through all that back way, like you're going to Houston,
Yeah,
it's a bunch of trailers. Like those guys bring their RVs down here. They have no intention of staying here. They're not going
yeah,
to buy homes here. They know what they're building. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
They know what they're doing. So they're like, "No, we'll take a freaking RV down there cuz I'm not going to invest in that community." And it shows because our population is not growing. It hasn't grown in 6 years. So
So,
we are well on our way of this government um turning the this entire area, at least the north side of Corpus, into an industrial wasteland.
that's where I also had a very like. I understand the part of the contract to get the harbor bridge built was to rebuild that pool area and this that. Okay, but why are they going to invest that much money in an area they are intentionally trying to destroy? I think it's a slush fund for that area to, oh, okay, well, we'll say we'll build it, we'll charge 4 times what it's supposed to be, and don't build it or don't finish it. And, we're kind of stuck footing the bill again because they're trying to clear everybody out of that neighborhood anyways. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you sit there and look at a board, if you play chess, there's moves being made to, hey, we're gonna make it look beautiful, and then over here we got thank you for $20 million into our
Right.
bank account.
Yeah, and then they have everybody distracted, right? So it's like, okay, you have Hillcrest fighting against the Inner Harbor, and now they're fighting for their pool.
Yeah,
They're like, you've taken everything else away from us. Give us our pool. So
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they have us in this constant state of like agitation and anger and fighting, and now fighting amongst each other because now you have the people that are fighting against the Inner Harbor project. They're trying to put them against the groundwater conservation district because they said, well, we're going back to the Inner Harbor project because the groundwater conservation district doesn't want us hitting the aquifers. And then you have San Patricio County where they're like, we're not going to give the city of Corpus Christi any more water, which they don't have any water. They buy their water from us.
Oh, you went silent. No, no, no.
There we go.
Okay. Well, now, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same predict. Oh, I don't hear you no more. Oh, you gotta go. All right. Oh no, I can't hear you. Okay,
What
hold on.
about now?
Now, yes.
Okay. Well, the phone microphone is doing something weird. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm clear.
Okay. So Tuesday is going to be a very interesting meeting, to say the least.
Well, I, as of right now, I have plans to be that. Whoa, shit. That's also opening day for Bob Hall Pier
Yeah,
at
intentional.
11 o'clock, and that's where the mayor's going to be because they're going to do the cutting ceremony there.
The mayor won't be there.
The mayor won't be there.
Mm-mm. It's a county project.
Hmm. Damn it. Well,
So, I mean, it we're kind of stuck. They're not going to decide to build it that day. It's going to be a contract deal. They're going to decide if the contract that's now 980 million is okay, more palatable than the 1.2 billion. And so they're
No.
not going to decide to build it on Tuesday. So if you need to do Bob Hop here, please do that. But at the end of the day, there's something fishy up. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm making phone calls, asking questions, a lot of bad questions that people don't want to ask or talk about. Because I'm too at confused and at a loss at what the hell is going on here. Like, we have no money. The city is in debt. You know, I made a public comment on Tuesday. Actually, it's right here. Hold on. The current debt for the city of Corpus Christi is, what is that? 1.6 billion. This
In
is the
debt?
amount of the water projects. And
Jesus.
Benoni put us in this amount of debt. What is that? 343 million in 1 year.
Golly.
So if we don't get rid of this guy, if we don't change these people, and everybody's like, well, why don't they let us vote on Inner Harbor? Because they already know what the vote's going to be. They already know
Yeah.
that we're going to say no.
Yeah.
So how we can vote for the Inner Harbor is they're going to throw probably $1 million at city council candidates for the oil and gas industry.
Yeah.
So little guys like me, we don't have a chance because they're going to put 50,000, 60,000 behind all these candidates. So that's how we can vote for the Inner Harbor desal plant is we don't vote for those guys. We vote for our
Yeah.
guys. That's how we're going to win this. That's how we're going to win this. That's how we're going to get control of the city council back. And hopefully we can elect some people that'll fire that freaking Peter Zanoni.
So I brought on
Thank you. Rode
Michael
up
Hall.
with Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. And
We our
uh,
Our population, by the way, is only 325,000 people. We're not that big. So
yeah.
for a city of the size, our size, only talking about multi-million in the hundreds of $1 million projects and $1 billion projects, it's insane. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And what gets me more is yes, they want industry growth, but they are putting such a burden on our backs.
Hmm.
We are the city income level of the city of Corpus Christi is nowhere near that bill. You know, we as a community
The
we
debt.
cannot take on that burden. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's just no way. Now, for us to keep giving into industry to burden these large, that's how the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Like they keep
Hmm.
breaking our backs while they're pocketing all this money, but they keep on and say, well, we have all these workers that we pay a lot of money to.
They don't pay a
Yes,
lot of
but
money.
you know, at that point, yeah, you have one guy that makes 300,000 a year, but everybody else will be at $120,000 a year. You know what I mean? Like,
Or 70, because they pay,
yeah,
from what I understand, they're paying like between 20 and $25 an hour for some of those
mm,
people at the refineries. They don't pay
yeah,
very much. And so what I've been telling people is like, if the lower class and the middle class don't vote, we're screwed. Because the rich
big
people
time.
are voting. The rich people are voting. That's why they are guaranteed those 30,000 votes every election, because it's the
Hmm.
same 30,000 people that are dictating the outcome of our elections.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if the lower and middle class don't get out there and vote, we're in trouble. And I said this in my public comment on Tuesday. I'm like, if what I want for, I hate that they keep accusing us of being against industry. Take a drive on the I-37 corridor. It's
mm,
industry from, what is it? Carbon Plant Road all the way to North Beach.
taft,
Look at
all the
look
way
at
into
Joe
Taft as
Fulton's
well. Like
corridor.
both ways. Yep.
Yeah, all we've done is support them. All we've done is support them, and we've taken their shitty paying jobs too for $24 an hour. So
Yeah.
it's time for them to come to the table. And if we want to take control back of this local government, we the lower and middle class need to get out and vote. And if we don't do it, then
You can't be mad. You
yep,
can't be mad at
yep,
everybody else because we didn't pull it. Get off your butts and go vote.
yep.
It takes
And that's
literally
all we're
5 minutes.
asking. We're not asking you to run for office. We're not asking you to sit at the voting booths. We're not asking you to campaign. All we're asking you to do is register to vote and go vote. And listen to what we're telling you. If you love Corpus Christi, if you love the fishing communities here, because you know you have that blue water oil tanker, oil rig that's going in right there on by Mustang Island. That's this
Yeah.
thing.
So here's another thing, guys.
We're in
Think of it like
trouble.
this: do you have enough to pay 2 times all your bills? Because if you
Right.
don't, then you need to get up and you need to go vote. At the end of the
Exactly.
day, that's where it's at. We are
That is a
stuck in that
perfect
position. I-
analogy.
If you cannot pay 2 or 3 times your bills right now, you need to put a stop to it. You need to get up and go vote, guys. We're gonna have more information. My phone's overheating over here because
Okay.
I'm outside right now. I'm in the
Okay.
shade, but every time I go live, it's already starting to glitch on me. So again,
Okay.
guys, if
Safe
you
travels.
bottom line,
Okay.
bottom line, if you can't pay 2 or 3 times your bills right now, guys, get up and go vote.
Yep.
Rachel Caballero, thank you very
Bye,
much. I don't know if you can
guys.
hear me or not.
Yep. We'll see you later.
But yeah, y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe. Be safe on the road, and
Thank
I'll
you.
be
You
live here in
too.
a bit once I get back to the shop. So, all right, later.